If you think chicken is boring, this is definitely the video for you, because today we're going to be talking about 5 surprising ways that you can use chicken on keto. These are recipes that really surprised us.
In a good way.
Because we didn't have high expectations for these recipes, but we were pleasantly surprised at how well they turned out.
And if you're new here, my twin sister Emily and I have lost over 160 pounds following a ketogenic lifestyle, and on our channel we talk about recipes and other things related to eating keto. So subscribe if you're into that.
Oh, and our newsletter is live.
Every Friday we're gonna send out an email.
We're gonna give out tips, special hacks, things that are going on in the keto space. So we would really appreciate if you subscribed. We'll leave the link in the description below. It is free. So Sarah and I were talking about what recipes we wanted to feature in this video. I told Sarah, what is your favorite surprising way to use chicken on keto? And she said chicken pot pie. I'm like, that is not surprising.
It was surprisingly good. Not many people have chicken pot pie and keto.
I know, but we're thinking like outside of the box, like something that surprised you. And I'm gonna talk about the first one.
It was still good.
The first recipe that comes to mind that was like unexpected way to use chicken was actually a snack recipe, and we're pretty known for chips on this channel. If you guys didn't know, we love making cottage cheese chips. We were inspired to try a chicken chip, and this was a chip that has 0 net carbs. It has some flavorings in it, and I think it has baking powder?
Soda?
It's either baking powder or baking soda. And this chip turned out surprisingly chippy.
Crispy and very neutral tasting.
And perfect for a keto or even a carnivore diet. We did roll it out too thick in some parts, so it's so important to like roll it out to the point where it's almost see-through.
Yeah.
And the result was a chip that is perfect. I mean, if you're not carnivore, for like guac or dip or anything that you could imagine dipping, this is a perfect recipe for that. If you guys want to see that video or any of these videos, we're going to be making a playlist and linking that in the description below so that you can access this and watch these all at one time. Number 2, what is the second surprising way that you can use chicken on keto, Sarah?
So I'm going old school. We did this recipe a couple of years ago, and it was actually to use chicken in deli meat form to make a chicken enchilada. And instead of using like a flour tortilla, you actually use the chicken as the shell.
Thinly sliced chicken breast.
And it's super delicious, very low in carbs, and
high in protein.
High in protein, and with all the sauce that you get on there and the filling and the cheese on top, I couldn't really even taste that it was missing that tortilla.
Right. That's saying a lot for us because we love a good tortilla. So,
and we do eat tortillas, you know, but if you want to go a little bit cleaner, this is a great option. And we also thought that it would work in a lasagna too, just layering your, you know, ground beef or sausage and then the actual pieces of chicken on top. It's going to be a good replacement for that as well, because chicken is very neutral.
Then if you don't want to eat things like almond flour or, you know, keto-friendly flours in general, then using chicken where you think you have to cover it. You have to cover it with cheese and you have to cover it with sauce. But a tortilla or lasagna noodle or whatever you're going to use in between layers of things, it's going to get kind of soft anyway.
Right.
So I think that using deli meat is such a great hack for enchiladas or lasagna, and I bet you there's other ones that we haven't thought of yet. If you guys know of any other recipes like this that are kind of like a casserole, let us know in the description below. We would love to hear it and try it. So if it's the beginning of the year and you're actually really strict on your keto lifestyle, or maybe you're trying carnivore, did you know you can turn chicken into
bread? Kind of.
Sarah and I tried this a couple years ago on our channel. And I think it's only a couple of ingredients, like pork rinds, ground chicken, baking soda, eggs. To me, it tasted like chicken, but it had the texture of banana bread.
When you kind of think of those together, you think of it as a sweet thing, but it's more of like the kind of thick, like moist, spongy texture of the banana bread that is reflected in this recipe, but not in a bad way. And it was very neutral tasting, but also very filling. You know how you eat a piece of bread, you're hungry 10 minutes later, this is gonna keep you full for a long time. And we also paired it with like a carnivore mayo on top.
It was butter mayo.
Like a whipped butter mayo type of situation that really added a lot to it. So, you know, we were surprised by this recipe and how good it was, and it was so filling and gave us a lot of protein and filled us up for the day.
And I think if you cut it really thin and then maybe toasted it in a pan, it might crisp up nicely. But we ate it. It was kind of a thick.
Yeah.
We ate kind of a thick piece with a bunch of butter mayo on it, and it was still pretty good.
You kind of want to use it as a vessel for other toppings.
And like every bread that we make that's keto or carnivore or whatever, they all have like their perfect usage.
Right.
Some breads are good for this and some breads are good for that.
But it still surprised us, and
Right.
that's why we're adding it to this list. So our next way that you can use chicken in a surprising way on a ketogenic lifestyle is actually making pizza, because you can make chicken into ketogenic pizza crusts.
Sarah's using the word ketogenic all of a sudden.
I mean, I don't
was
know.
like,
Because I
whoa,
was like, keto. I try to add a genic in there. I don't know.
So we've used it twice on this channel. We've made one, I think it was maybe last year, that was a pretty simple recipe of only chicken and mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
And then more recently, we kind of went a little crazy and made a viral Domino's pizza order, but we made it carnivore because we made the viral Philly cheesesteak Domino pizza order. It was delicious, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to compare the two when you've only tried these recipes a couple of times. It's like, what do you like more? I'm like, I like them both, especially when I'm hungry, okay? I ate them both with much pleasure and glee.
The first one I think we topped with pepperoni and banana peppers, and then the other one had steak and mozzarella cheese.
Garlic Parmesan.
Alfredo sauce.
Garlic Parmesan.
It was just super delicious, indulgent, and the crust was really neutral, but we were able to pick it up, and a lot of people commented, oh, you're able to pick it up like a normal pizza. So that one really stuck out to us, and it was super surprising.
So the next, and kind of the most surprising recipes that we tried most recently, were using canned chicken in the waffle maker.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah and I used canned chicken, but you could also use ground chicken. You could also use rotisserie chicken that you save. But canned chicken is just nice because you could buy it in bulk and keep it for how many years?
Long
I don't
time.
even know. But always having it on hand is an affordable way to have these recipes be available. And we made a chicken chaffle that was the base of a Caesar salad. And we also made a chicken Parmesan chaffle. And they were both delicious recipes and super simple to make. It must take at least an hour to make a normal chicken Parmesan. This chicken Parmesan took 5 minutes in the waffle maker.
Well, and that's because the chicken in the can is already cooked, and that's the hack there. You know, if you use ground chicken, sure, you could use ground chicken in this recipe, but using a canned chicken means it's already cooked. There's no preparation to make sure that you're cooking it, because in the waffle maker, you're cooking it for what, 2 to 3, 4 minutes?
Right.
So you really want to make sure chicken is cooked. We don't mess with that.
If you want a nice crispy outside to anything pretty much with a chaffle or in a waffle maker on keto, add a little bit of cheese, like a neutral cheese on the outside before you load in your chicken mixture, and it's going to create a nice crispy outside. So those recipes were really, really good, and they surprised us.
So if you guys have any ways that you use chicken on a keto lifestyle in a surprising way, why don't you guys let us know in the comment section below. We do read your comments and do try the recipes that you guys leave in there, and so we will definitely check them out.
We love gathering this intel and bringing it to all of you so we can share it. And YouTube seems to think that you're going to like this video here, so why don't you click on it, and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah,
and we are the Keto Twins signing out.